Reducing Childhood Obesity, Learning New Ways to Live a Healthy Lifestyle by Kristi Wilson. What is childhood obesity and what can we do to get control over it? First, we will determine what the underlying cause of childhood obesity is. Second, we will discover new ways to become physically active and how to have fun while participating in these activities. Third, we will assess the importance of a healthy diet in regards to obesity. Childhood obesity has risen dramatically in the last 2 decades and has taken a huge toll on today's children in regards to diabetes, mental disorders, and self-confidence. The underlying causes of this disease are changing society, food choices, lack of physical activity, and family eating habits. You can see in the chart that in the age group from 2 to 5, 6 to 11, and 12 to 19, in 1974, there was maybe a fraction of what there are in 2004 of children that were overweight or obese. Physical activity is very important to reduce obesity. You need to play outside for at least 60 minutes a day. The NFL has teamed up with Nickelodeon and they have something called Play 60, where the TV goes off for 60 minutes. It's usually on a Saturday, where children can go outside and play. They know that they don't need to watch TV anymore, that they need to get up and go. Also, less video games. Today, it is so easy to be able to occupy your child by saying, sit down, play a video game. But it is so important for them to do things that are active. Play basketball, play football, run outside, play tag, do the things that children are supposed to do. And then physical education at school. I think the school is the #1 place to start teaching your children the importance of physical activity. You can't always rely on the parent to be that person who's going to say, get up and go outside. But if they learn at school from the health educators that they need to get up and play, then they could be good role models for their parents, for their siblings, and for other children around them that may not know any better. Physical education is usually only offered once a week in Arkansas. And I do believe that the schools should have PE at least 2 to 3 times a week. And now we'll take the physical activity quiz. Go to this website, www.communitygames.ie, and see how you relate when it comes to physical activity. How do you feel about the amount of exercise, physical activity you get? Is there something that you want to change, or do you think you're on the right track? The food pyramid. This is a very important tool in learning the importance of what to eat and when to eat it. The bread, cereal, rice, and pasta group, 6 to 11 servings a day. Whole grain is so important. I know it's easy to eat enriched foods, enriched flours, trans fats, things of that nature. But if you stick to whole grains and you eat the recommended amount a day, you're doing well. The vegetable group, 3 to 5 servings a day. I know as a mother of a 6-year-old, it is so hard to get him to eat his vegetables sometimes. I found that if I make him a smoothie and grind up kale or spinach or things of that nature, he doesn't know that it's in there and he's still getting his vegetable serving. Because if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't get it and he wouldn't have the energy and the strength that he needs to continue on. The fruit group, so important, 2 to 4 servings a day. This way, they can get something a little sweet without it being a sweet. They get a little sugar, not too much, but it's healthy for them. And children have got to learn the importance of picking an apple or an orange or a banana instead of a bag of chips or cheeseburger or something to that nature. The milk, yogurt, and cheese group, 2 to 3 servings a day. Milk, very good for kids, gives them strong bones, calcium, but they also have to know that too much of it is not good for you. I like to stick to 2% or lower, low fat if I can, or even soy milk or almond milk my son loves, and it's so much better for him than the full fat milk. Cheese. We all love our cheese, but we've got to know that there's moderation when it comes to everything. So as long as you eat a little and not too much, it's okay. The meat, poultry, fish, dry beans, eggs, and nuts, our poultry group, 2 to 3 servings a day. This keeps you from getting full all the time. If you get enough protein, you have more energy. Your body just is so much happier when you get things like that. And even if you're a vegetarian, you can still have nuts and things of that nature to get the protein that your body needs. And then we have the fats, oils, and sweets, which is our favorite, but we know to use it sparingly. You cannot eat candy and cake and chips and cheeseburgers and everything of that nature all the time. It's okay to splurge every now and again, but our children need to learn the importance of it being a once in a while thing. And now we're going to take the dietary fat quiz. It'll take about 10 minutes. Go to this website and complete this healthy eating quiz. healthyeatingquiz.com.au. And then we'll talk about your scores. Do you know the difference between good foods and bad foods? And tell me what you learned from this quiz. Do you know what the difference between a trans fat is and a saturated fat? Do you know what a processed food is? Do you know how much sugars foods have in them? I know that low-fat foods makes you seem like you're doing the right thing, but you're not. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. Throughout this lesson plan, I have created several different ways for my audience to relate and learn about the importance of getting control over childhood obesity. The images with the food guide pyramid and children playing outside instead of on video games apply to the visual spatial learner and the bodily kinesthetic intelligence. The quizzes that I provided will help people who have interpersonal intelligence, verbal linguistic, and logical mathematical intelligences. It's so important to know your audience and know the types of personalities that the people you are trying to teach have, because one person may get it, but you're not doing any good unless you reach out to everyone. That's why you have to have multiple ways to get your point across. If it's having someone write down, what they're doing and how they eat, and, or showing them, look, this is better for you than this is than this is. And then knowing, and then when you know who your audience is, you can successfully create a lesson plan that works well with everyone. So you're not wasting anyone's time. You know that this is going to help the people that you're trying to help, and your target audience is going to come away with education about a specific topic. Childhood obesity is so dear to my heart. It has become such a huge problem in the last 2 decades that we have got to do something about it, and we have got to learn to teach our children the correct ways to eat. We are their role models as health educators, as parents, as family members, aunts, uncles, anything. We have to learn to do the right thing instead of the convenient thing sometimes. And on that note, thank you so much for listening to my presentation.